father you ever knew, really. She'd tell about how good he'd be when they'd have a storm. He'd come for her.
I remember seeing a picture once of him.
Well, I've got a picture of her
It's a
daddy.
shame that we wasn't around our grandparents more.
Yes, I just know nothing at all about my papas. Well, either one of them, papas or mama, they're just like strangers to me. I know that I've heard mama speak with names,
Selvage?
Selvage.
I've heard all about that.
And I have a picture of papa's baby that I just traded out running. I had been careful enough that it not got broken in two, but I take it down to our shop, Patterson's photography shop, and let me fix it. But I am amazed that far back, because now that picture, I imagine would be close to 200 years old, that they did such nice work. It's just turn around there behind you, right in that little, I think it's in that little top drawer, right there on top. You see something look like
Well, I've got a picture of Mama's father. It had been a big picture like this. Now, it's ratty along the edges, but the face, and I just often wondered if I took it, if I could have it redone. Because I've got a picture of
They can
Mama
take a
Brown.
picture of a picture.
yeah.
I just often thought about taking that.
See, they'll fix that back together and then they'll make some friends.
Yeah, your picture's a lot better shape than mine is.
But see, you know, for that long ago, that was nice work.
Yes, it is. It's not faded.
That's the,
Look at that. Look at how they wore their beards then.
Now, this is who?
Her father's father. Isn't that what you said?
My
This is-
grandfather.
Yeah, his name would be Brown also.
Yes. William Henry Brown.
William
See,
who?
that's,
William Henry Brown.
But that's it's not a bad, but just for that break in, and they can make that like it's gonna be.
My dad's name was
now,
William Henry
he
Brown.
wouldn't be anything to us.
No. Except that Mama felt as like she
Yeah.
was the grandma
Yeah,
Brown.
I know.
But,
But I really did, I was amazed that,
the workmanship
Uh-huh.
was excellent.
and that's no work this many years. I think that Monty and Babe and I didn't remember seeing as we grew up. It was on some of the pictures that Babe had Mama's things by, it was, I had a picture over this picture.
Maybe that's why it's been so protected.
Yes.
That's close to 200 years old.
Yeah,
It had to be, that's her grandma.
yeah.
You know, Mama would, this year would be 92.
It's really
I think that will come out real good on that.
Here's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's just taking her walk.
Yeah. I'm walking. You can drink that.
I'll get me a little sliver. Just a little tiny piece.
Do you want your fork or another one? Or?
No, I won't need anything.
Oh, I got to just roll. I feel it's like rolling. Somebody rolling.
Feel my watch being tied on my wrist.
It's
You know what
not
that
my
means?
watch.
You know what that means?
It's my waist. Watch.
He's so interested in family history. He's interested in family past, that family life. And he and his sister both are just starved for family. And really, Jenny and I are all distraught, you know. His stepmother don't have anything to do with him at all. Since the day his daddy died, she's never been, and his half-sister, there's no contact at all. And she would be 31 years old. So he's just so interested in family. I don't have much that I can tell him. I got the stuff that you all sent me, and I was going to make him a copy. And then I was going to send the originals back, because I imagine that I think that he probably sent me all you had. And so I'm going to send that back, and I'll just get copies. And then, you know, because I don't know.
This is what you sent you around me.
Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, I think that's,
Yeah, Greenville. St. Myrtle's car. Look through Maybe.
Yeah, she sent you. I remember hearing Mom talk about somebody salvaging somebody. But, it's just hard. I just get anything to know more about her family, her father, but there's just no way I know of finding out. Because I never knew if he had any brothers or sisters and apparently throughout their lives after they left there, they had grandparents when they left there, but they must have never known them.
Well, that's the reason that we can't remember them now. See, all the time that I was growing up, I never saw them. They were not in their home. We never went to a grandparent's home.
I don't think there was any. They may not have been any. I just don't know. But, I'd like to find out. Of course, anybody that'd be up around Quitman now, Rosebud, would be ancient, or else they would be distant relatives. They wouldn't know anything.
You know, when I lived with Grandpa and Grandma, Grandpa used to take me up there to Conway sometimes to, he took me to several different people's houses.
Yeah, see, now that's his people. I'm talking
He took me
about.
to some Owen's house.
Yeah, that's his people. His mother was an Owen,
Oh,
but not Mama's folks. You didn't ever know where that except his Mama's, because Mama just never knew anything. She knew anything, she never said. I think she's just too young when he left there. Well, she was a baby. And Chess was a good-sized little boy. And, just wasn't anybody. Do you ever see Mary Jo? Never? Hear from her? She's still up.
I hear from her Christmas time. She's a sweet, good person. Dearest person. And I would just love my loss that I'm not getting to be with her.
My mom said she's such a sweet girl.
Bill,
yes, ma'am.
I'm having
She doesn't really look.
I saw him once out there on the front.
You just sitting somewhere just waiting on me.
Oh, really?
As if I were paying him for that time.
Bill, did you cut this camera off?
You sit there and keep it, Harvey.
There ain't nobody here but me. I don't want to talk to myself.
We'll sit down and let me do the work. Sister?
Find out if you cut this thing off, Jenny. Bill.
Okay, thank you.
William, did you cut this thing off? Because it's being wasted. I'm just sitting here talking to myself.
Well, it's not being wasted if it's on you.
And it's just not very interesting.
Show y'all, I couldn't find the ones I wanted. I was ready to get quiet.
If I ever get still, I'll go to sleep.
Well, it's kind of nice to have a nap at this time of day.
Well, yeah,
We're full now. She's fed us.
She's fed
You know
us.
how she feeds.
She does.
I brought my Polaroid. I wanted y'all to get a picture. I don't know how to work it. I thought maybe you could.
Yeah, I've got
Jenny's
one
got
too.
hers.
I thought, he could take a picture for you.
He's taking one now.
He's videoing that. We'll be looking so awful on our tape. I will. With my big stomach, I ate so much.
My hair is so terrible.
All right, I got you. Go ahead.
Okay. And we can do something else now. He wants to get us moving around.
Yeah,
I tell you.
I want to be able to get back there and stay with him.
Get one of my camera too, honey.
Okay.
On my mind so I could keep it.
She can't stand him.
I don't take good pictures.
I don't
I
know.
don't either.
I'll bet you do. Well, it doesn't want to take.
But it may not.
Oh, just when I blink,
I threw my hand up.
You'll have a natural picture
Just
there,
when I
won't you?
blink
You
my
may have to take
eye.
it on. I threw my hand up that time.
Yeah, you did.
And just when
Well,
I
now, little
blink,
Billy fixed it. Whether he fixed it right, I don't know.
I thought he was finished.
It doesn't matter what I do in the picture, I
It
look
has sat there
terrible.
since, when it was changed, it's been there all this time. And, well, we took some one year, and then we got it broken or something, and finally, my neighbor got it, and he,
Aunt Maureen?
She's out there feeding her.
and
little man.
so he fixed it, and then we went to the grocery store, the boy and girl stays all night with me sometimes there. We went to the grocery store, and of course, he really didn't pay for the film there, he was high, you know.
Yeah.
And he came home, took one picture of me and the little girl, but it wasn't very bright, so I didn't know if it was him or the camera. I'll take it down to the little store someday.
So your son's coming next week. and we're going
I wish
with
we'd
him.
have known it was next week, because we could have made I just love to meet him.
Say
Or
cheese,
Maureen
Lynn.
ought to be in here.
Yeah, really.
But I tell you, he has given concerts in Little Rock. It's been there about the time
Yeah,
I was there.
Mama,
Hasn't that been there?
Mama did, say Mama and Bill went to one of his
Yeah, they did,
concerts.
yeah.
I'll need 2 of each,
He
but
is-
we'll have to get Aunt Maureen in.
She's on her way.
He's just been so busy, and so that's the reason I haven't been down there. He wouldn't have been at home if I'd have been there. He just got back from Salt Lake City,
Really?
and as soon as he leaves here, he's gonna have to go to Boston. For a big national convention, music convention.
Gracious.
He goes all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's busy. Well, he went to Salt Lake City to see about the big organ there. They've got a building program at Rice, and they're gonna have a new organ in the school there. And they're copying the one in the tabernacle there.
I didn't know.
You have been, you see the organ? He gave concerts there one night.
I bet he did. I told
Yeah.
I told Linda at the time, I said, I bet Clyde Berry's been here.
And they treated him right, and they took him out, took him up the mountains everywhere.
They had the most beautiful flowers around that Mormon temple and all the,
He was on there about one day this time. He just flew down to see about the organ and came back. But, let's see. Last summer, he took 8 of his students to Europe.
oh, really? Oh, wonderful.
He came home
Tired as
first,
stick.
and then he went to Europe and came home, and my friend here and I went down in August just to spend, she had a friend, I just spent a few days, and that's the second day I was there. We got up one morning just doing around there, having a good time. All of a sudden, Clyde just bit double the pain. Oh, he couldn't stand. He called his doctor and he sent him some medicine. Didn't even ease him. We went to the hospital and we stayed in the hospital the whole time I was there 7 days. He had a kidney stone.
That is,
They say that.
they say that is the
First time he'd ever had one, and the doctor thinks it's because of his diet and not drinking any water over Europe. And I called he hadn't had one since. He said he didn't think it was a regular stone former.
You know, water is so
He
necessary.
tried to drink. Drink
That's
a
what
lot
they
of water.
tell us.
Yeah. So he hadn't had any more trouble since, but we sure, they kept waiting to pass, and then he passed every time he had doctor.
goodness.
And my friend wants to go down this year in August, so we may. He's told me not long ago, said, Mother, don't come. And she's been wanting to, don't come now. Why, you couldn't even get in the bedroom to go to bed. I said, I've got so much stuff in there. He's been throwing stuff down and going and coming. He said, I can't even get to the bed.
I remember him, he had the most beautiful eyes I believe I ever saw.
He's
Big, beautiful eyes.
he's good. He keeps his house neat and clean. He gets his office. When he gets putting things around, he doesn't get in a hurry. He just gets all these things in. He said, Mother, I don't touch it because I know where everything is.
Is he a music teacher?
Oh, that's what he does.
That's at Rice?
He teaches at Rice.
Uh-huh.
He's a professor of music there, and he teaches the organ, and he's a coordinator of the graduate students, and he's,
See about her?
Just a bit.
She's fixing Thomas's lunch.
Mhm.
She said she'd be here in just a minute.
Oh, okay.
he works for us, he has to be here.
Does he insist or?
No, he just, we've done it.
Well, I
We
think,
just done it till he-
I think that she forgot and put most everything away, and him sitting out there. She had to go pull it out again.
Yeah, she had him sitting at the little table.
That's why he was supposed to come yesterday, it was too wet, she said it rained, so, and, he's been working out, you know, she told me. Man, got all, he got teed up, so we're gonna let him out. Yeah, he's ready to do some more stuff. Oh, Maureen, give him ever since.
Yeah, she said it, Jimmy died, and
And he stayed with me all night when Oh, no, he's just such a good Christian boy. You're not afraid of him.
She said though that he was so shy, she had to get up and go find him. She said he wouldn't come in and tell me he was 3 o'clock.
But he said such a hard time, lost his mother, he didn't have anybody, so at that time, they shut him down, like he was, well, they didn't love him, they was sleeping in a car, and we were feeding him. But actually, well, he got this good job, and it's just been a wonderful thing. We haven't been able to have him very much. We were so managed to take care of him.
Where does he work?
He was working at his hamburger joint, TLC, a big hamburger joint there here in downtown. But last week, the man got me yesterday now. I begged him not to take him back, I don't know what's going on.
Well, they got mad at him working down there?
Well, it wasn't Thomas's fault. It was the man who owns the place just gets teed up once in a while and gets to go and say, hey, he's going to die of the heart. He said that he's going to die of the heart attack pretty soon. He just goes day and night, and Thomas worked day and night too. He never did have it off except on Sunday to go to church. After he'd get off from down there, he would have his house in order and take him here to something, or he was going to do a yard. He didn't have a minute to call his own. But he just got teed up one day and just screamed at Thomas. And Thomas said, don't you scream at me, and that's what he really mouth for.
Well, he shouldn't have screamed at him.
But the man he gets too tired and all worked up, and he takes a little drink, that's what happens.
Maybe he'll take him back, since you asked him.
So, a friend of mine in Brooks, she told me I would start going to church, and it's the right kind of people. It'll be like that.
Well, that's probably true. But that will cause you to have a heart attack or stroke
Yeah,
or
man, just
something.
goes day and night, and everybody's gone. He expects everybody else to. Thomas wants to go to church, and for a while, he wanted to go to church. He looks told him, he was one day off, and he had to go to church, came
I mean, they were working every day?
Yeah. He'd go at 8 o'clock in the morning. In the winter time, he didn't get off the party in time to do it regularly. He usually got one or two.
He must be making him a dinner.
Turned out pretty good.
Well, great.
If it took me, it's not
my
good.
glass
I'll
full.
say, yeah.
More lighting. Shadows.
There we go.
Yeah, it took dark in here, we should have had the lights on.
Oh, gosh.
We should have known better than that,
Well,
really.
we'll take the morning meetings. Good.
Everybody
Oh, I'm
think
gonna bring
that.
my glasses.
I just think such terrible. I'm never gonna be.
I was gonna go in here and have that lady down.
Be proud to show
Oh,
my
she said, I asked for new glasses, they're not dark like this, and I got them down here, they just crack on pop when I put them on, and I'm gonna go down here while I was here, make that lady adjust them.
It's too dark. Mine get too dark.
It's pretty good though, I think it's pretty good,
Oh,
I look like, I knew I closed my eyes. That was
now
like
get
I'm-
those over
I look
there
like
and
I'm-
it'll
I
show
look
you the
like I'm-
difference in a lighted room.
I just going to sleep there.
That's a good picture, but we needed lights, sweetie. See this?
Well, sit down, I'll
Those
take
are
some
lighter,
more.
see?
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Well, wait like Maureen, that's good.
Sure, I'm sorry, I didn't bring my glasses. See, she just right.
Yeah, right down there. Well, they'll run you back over there and get 'em.
Oh, no, I put the alarm on and everything, it'd be too much trouble. I hadn't even put it on because it's been going off and it malfunctioned the other night and, I started to switch it off. Well, let's go there.
All of so dark faces
But
and
maybe,
arms.
and that may be my camera that it took because. it's-
Well, we didn't have
They
this
need
light
to be
on it.
adjusted too, you know.
Well,
Mine does, and
Well, mine needs to be taken into somebody's see that, I'm sure it does.
But we should have had the light.
Yeah. It just had been
see
done
how
for a
much
while.
lighter they take. And mine, I'm sure is adjusted.
Leaves of gold, one had one of them somewhere. She's funny, she was funny.
Yeah.
But,
John told me.
that's why she's doing out there. Well, he was right out there. And,
She's invited.
Uh-huh.
Sit at the table.
Yeah, she put every bit of food away with him sitting there. And
Get it
Jenny
all
said,
out.
Aunt Maureen, is he gonna eat, waiting to eat? And she hadn't think about it. Oh, she didn't go.
Did you drop yours?
Good, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we gotta get you in there too.
Yeah, we want you.
All four of you.
Look at it. It's her arm, of course, looks almost like she's holding a baby, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Sure does.
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Yes, that's a fella.
Do we need more light from here?
Mm-hmm, see, no, we didn't have the light on at all when we
At
took
mine,
over, we all looked like
we all look dark. Yeah.
But this one, see how the light,
Mhm, that's because we've done dining room in the hall.
well, this one we won. This one was
That's
taken,
with your camera. Didn't you take some?
oh
with
yeah,
you?
this one was my camera.
Those two dark photos. How can I get him back to y'all? You can't get all four of us on.
Hey,
the
Monty, look
Probably
here.
not.
We might,
Looks like this
I
room-
sit on
No,
the
you're not gonna get on the
No, I'll sit
floor.
right here.
No, we can all sit up here. I'll sit right up here.
Maureen, get up here. What, there's no room for all of us up there?
They're on here, get over here.
Yeah, but I don't think he can get us all.
Get over here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll have to sit
better
there.
than
If
over
you
there.
can't- If you can't sit there, we must do something about it.
Well, of
Yeah.
course
you can for a minute, twice a
What she said.
We're not all that
See how
big.
She
good
said, if you can't sit there, we gotta do something about it.
See, that one took good.
Uh-huh. Wait a slider.
No, I took that with my camera.
And I bet mine again. I always bet
I
mine.
moved my head. You must, honey, you must wait till we're ready.
All right. let me
Say
get-
cheese, 'cause
When I
I was
say-
going this way.
When I say 3 is when it's gonna click. I hope.
But if I just wouldn't bet mine.
Are you getting Aunt Maureen in here too?
Yes.
2, 3. Let me try some of the other
That's a
cameras.
marvelous way to make pictures.
Well, Bill, we want you in.
Well, how you
I
gonna,
brought my camera so he could have a look at it.
He has to set up a tripod and get over here.
There.
Wait a minute, now don't do it till I say cheese.
1, 2, 3. Except it won't click.
What does that mean?
Is that yours or mine?
This is yours.
Well,
The reason it won't click is
oh,
because
there's
it's out of film.
there's no filming.
I guess that's really gonna take.
Here, I have some more.
he's got more.
But I was going, to if he needed.
Is it in a little bag?
I don't
You
know.
did that right there.
I don't know.
Well, we took some first while we thought it was a little bit dark. We didn't think to turn it on.
Oh, yeah.
Let me move my leg this way and it's
I
getting
hope our
party.
stomach don't get in it.
Yeah, me too. That we can only hold
I
that
do.
for this 1 minute.
Only hold your tummies 1 minute.
Rhonda's mother and father been cooking for us.
But that's the time. Good morning, I was gonna bring my glasses and run to let her, I forgot. Let her, Justin, before Clyde Berry gets here. I have to wear them when he gets here. And you heard him
Why,
say-
does he get on?
And you heard him say, what tummies? See, he had
Well,
one
it's
of
like
when I came to 911 that one time. We're carrying around, aren't we?
Well, we know what's
I got a
there.
new one now. I went back to my old one.
That's what I mean, to feel better, don't you? These are too dark.
Mine are trifocals.
These are just feel so good.
don't
They
you make a lot of your
they're
children-
too dark for me, that's all I can, when you take your lens, have me.
Don't you make a lot of good children?
Pictures.
And I don't look at the big lenses. Now mine does look good.
They don't have a lot to fill up there on these with.
My face is too high.
All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I got a second early, didn't I?
I was
Three.
looking very strange.
He didn't ever get the three before he did it,
Well, that was
did
a
you?
surprise one then.
Oh, it was a surprise.
We'll get the second.
Okay, say
Now,
cheese.
1, 2, cheese. Maybe.
You're like me, you wanna do it on the red, and you gotta do it halfway down on the red.
Oh,
Halfway down on the red.
okay. That's 2 with each camera. How's that gonna be?
That's fine.
Jim Dandy. Yes, sir, bobtail.
John sends his love.
We miss him.
Yeah, he'd like to, he wanted to come real bad.
We just couldn't, huh?
He's working 7 days a week.
Oh my goodness.
Mostly. He didn't work this weekend, this last weekend. Tomatoes are not ripe or they're too ripe?
Here's the two that I made with Aunt Montana's camera.
See, it lightened up.
Sure did.
We just needed lights. I knew that he took that.
He took that before he said 3.
Yeah,
That's
you
pretty-
must,
it's
you
pretty
must
good.
stop
He said that was a surprise.
Let's see, which one
And
of
here's
these?
the two with Aunt Jenny's camera.
Were these my camera?
They haven't completely finished coming out
I
yet.
think those
Were these yours? Were these
That's
mine?
just still kind
I
of.
think those
Oh, these
darker
are
ones.
pretty good.
Are these two
Jenny
mine, Bill?
knows.
Or
Huh?
not?
Which of those was taken with that Martin's camera?
I think these two are mine, Margaret. I think these are yours.
You just got through taking these, didn't you, with my camera?
The ones that haven't come out yet, that's
Okay,
correct.
these are with mine.
And I think these,
No,
it
with-
says Montaigne.
I see.
Well, yeah, those two dark ones are nice. But he'll have to tell me what to see. I think these are. Yeah. That's interesting what you get done for him. They did ask about shop, they're coming in, won't take it again, and wait a little bit. Now, y'all had already taken these, you see. when I was
Yeah.
here. First we get to. It looks like it'll work. But we haven't got Bill in any pictures. Oh, sure, a good-looking man. I didn't even know who he was until you walked through. Who can work that thing?
All you have to do is
I can't, Aunt
hear,
Jenny can, but I can't.
hear his voice, and it sounds just like son.
Uh-huh.
When I first heard
Did
him,
y'all know my father?
Yes, he was so sweet.
these are all yours.
Didn't he stay with y'all once when he was
Yeah.
little?
We
I think they're the
knew
first
him
dog
when he was a baby.
Those are yours.
And let's see, there's some member of Herbert's family that was sick.
See, we're gonna-
Well, that's natural poison. It was best for him, for him not to be around that illness. So we brought him over to our house, and I was working in town. And I didn't get to enjoy my mom and papa just all day long, but when I'd come home in the evening, he wouldn't have gotten up when I left in the morning, but I'd always go to his bed. He'd be so sweet and sleepy, and he'd always say the same thing.
Oh, I brought one out.
Me loves you.
He was the sweetest child, and he always
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
it.
when he was little, we just.
I'm telling you,
when we go home.
Well, we had to try real hard to keep having heart beatings when they came and said, well, now, it's safe enough now, we got to take
Take
this
him back
child.
home?
Because we just felt like he was ours. But he was so warm and cozy, he was the night cozy. He loves you.
Well, I understand.
But it is easy to fall in love with a child. They're just so pretty.
Yeah.
We have one of my little nephews that comes and stays with us a lot. And then when they come and take him home, it's always hard.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Do you still play piano?
Rarely ever, I go for months. and I
Oh,
never
Monty's
touch
got
it.
Well, turn around and play something for us.
But
Aunt Maureen, you should have these two pictures.
I'll be
Well,
happy,
see-
I'll be happy just to have one.
Well, that way you got these, us three, and you with
I've
Sis
got
and,
Bill.
yeah.
We're gonna get Bill with the two of the aunts,
And Monty, yeah. and
one
Monty.
for each one of them.
I thank you. Thank you. I can hardly wait.
This is Bill's mother-in-law. This is Bill's mother-in-law.
That's a
With
sweet
the
lady.
rolls, she
Yes.
just, oh,
Ooh,
how
she
she
can
cooks.
She's just a good person, all
And
around
then
good
this is
person.
his father-in-law,
Uh-huh.
and this is the four of us, the mother and the father-in-law and the two aunties.
Yes.
He just made us peach ice
And
cream.
here's two aunts. No, it's Aunt Nellie.
Those are good pictures.
That sexy one.
Yeah.
And it's-
I'll say. I'll say so.
She keeps little children, and yesterday she had 8 little ones.
too. Most of the boys are girls.
I guess mostly boys, aren't they? Little boys?
More boys than girls,
I
right?
believe.
That was cute, one little cute little girl that come over there that night,
Yeah,
was on his
yeah.
deck out there.
Mhm.
She makes, every night we've been here, she's made rolls.
Hot rolls.
Well, you all are getting over the rolls then. I
We're
see
getting
how you-
rolls is what we're
Fried
doing.
biscuits,
We're-
rolls.
we're getting rolls
While you're
around.
out eating, you're getting over those rolls.
I couldn't eat last night. I ate the peach ice cream. It was more like sherbet, wasn't it?
Mhm. It's delicious. He didn't get the extra can of milk, she said. Good he didn't. I would have put on some pounds.
Those are splendid pictures.
And I talked to grandma.
I think that's the sweetest picture.
Was this white paneling or did you paint this?
No, it just came this way.
Came this color.
Uh-huh.
And then I gave you those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
I wish you'd
I
play
guess-
for me.
Well, I would if I could, but I haven't sat down at the piano enough in 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I love
But I
your
just need
piano.
it. But
Tim
But
plays a
then-
little bit.
when Monty gets in, you'll really ask her to.
Is she still
Monty,
playing?
did Mama ever take that lesson? But she could play.
She took 8. She told me she did.
Did she? 8?
Bless her heart.
8 lessons?
What she told me is gospel to me.
Well, I didn't hear that now.
8
I'm
lessons.
asking because I didn't ever hear that one.
And she could play
I
by
always
ear.
heard she played by ear. You know.
She did. 8 lessons
Well,
wasn't
Monty
it?
does most of, we took lessons when we were back in 4th grade. But piano is just like typing now. You've got
You don't
to stay
use it.
with it. You've got-
You don't use it, you lose it.
But- And I enjoyed it. It made such a big need with me. First of all, I had Jimmy Don's and his wife's piano. They moved down to Beaumont, and there was so much moisture down there. She didn't take the piano, so I had it for several years. And then Mama died, and well, I couldn't even read my notes. I knew some of the notes, but I couldn't read the notes of both ends. But I worked at it, and then I started going to Elderville on Wood Street, and got so that I could do very well with hymns.
Well, I bet you can play a hymn for us.
But I would just, Jimmy'd leave for the store in the morning, I'd come in here and I would stay here for an hour just practicing, because it wasn't as easy for me as I think it is for the youngsters when they're taking music. And then she was the one that got me started with painting. One day when I went, I said, I haven't touched the piano since I was here last time. I said, how about just giving me a lesson painting? So I pleased her, so she went and got her pastel chalks. And so the first thing I did was painting pastel chalks. I started with oils, and oils are so much more interesting. They're easier than pastels. But pastels, you've got to work down, and you touch above you while you smudge it. But she was a stern lady. She'd ask me, I'd have my hand down, and she said, what is your hand doing down here? And I said, well, I just thought that's the right place for it to be. Or I would start, and I said, wait, and I'd make a mistake, so I'd start again, go back, start again. And she was so long on it. She said, listen, if you started somewhere from home, and something came up, or you stumped your toe, or would you go back, start home, and start over again, keep starting over again, and ever get there? But she'd slap my hand. She'd say, what are your hands doing way down here? And she'd whack them.
Really?
Make me feel like a child. It was a little boy. He lived across the street almost at that time. It was taken from her, and she did him the same way. He minded it, but I didn't. She later moved back to Washington, where she moved on.
Well, just play us one hymn.
Just for you, I will.
All right.
I can't play because I'm out of practice.
That's
I
okay.
don't read my notes. And Monica, she just do jags up and over and do it by ear, but I never ever done anything by ear. That's fine.
We're gonna get
Nice
him.
fella.
Yeah, he's interesting.
She pulls some.
Is he finished?
He's not quite, cause
Okay.
she introduced me and she's been talking to him, she's just trying to be polite.
Yeah.
What she said, none of her?
He is.
Thomas.
Thomas.
That's Thomas. You always make it all feel, well, make all try that.
Well, it
Always does feel good.
They all know when I come around, yeah, I will tell.
I need to be able to tell you.
I wish I could.
It's awful.
That's what I said. Well, now, you didn't say you'd fight me at all. Yes, you did. Did you?
I thought she was gonna go back for seconds.
I thought.
I did consider my brother younger.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. I would
I did too.
every time I tried to eat, I thought black.
I think it's right. I can't imagine not knowing it. You see what I mean? I wasn't, I forgotten what it is.
That's pretty cool, I love that song.
Get away from you.
See, that's when I want to start over again. She's slapping my hand, so I can't do it. It is so beautiful. My son moved in, my grandson was here last week. This year, back now, 5, 6 years ago, but he was taking a shower, but he forgot that there was anyone else sitting on this hill. He was singing the last drop of his voice. And Ed was in the kitchen last night, and I said, Honey, come here.
The same as I didn't show my
Jim
children.
singing. It was so sweet. It was so sweet. Because he just completely oblivious to anybody anywhere. He was just really.
My son, too, he always tells me, Dad, I know how to put you in a good mood, just play a song for you.
Well, hymns is,
No, those come from
therapy.
pennies.
Mm-hmm.
They just
What's
therapy
that
for
song?
us.
I don't know.
We have some.
That's very good. That's such a pretty song.
We have some
Some kind of stuff, whopper stuff.
songs that we
Whopper.
sing in church.
Yeah, good.
A nice Sunday, we had a
They're kinda like
man that
Western
sang the choir,
bars.
he was a dentist, Dr. Evans, and he married our organist.
Oh,
So they just enjoy their music together. They work out pieces together. And the last Sunday, he sang, and she played, of course, she played for him. But, oh, his voice was good, and I could understand every word that he said. And it was beautiful, beautiful. We've just got a new, recently a new music man. He's a young fellow. He's going to be real good.
your church had split last time we were down.
We're getting a toehold, though.
Getting a toehold?
Now I'm gonna see if I can find these things for you.
We're waiting for you to play the song here. We'll be proud of you.
Aunt Monty, we're waiting for you to play a song for us.
Oh, Lord, you do as good as I can. Oh, it's not better.
No, I've forgotten my,
I told him. I got my notes. That's
She's-
my very best friend. He grew up with. He lived in Salt Lake City.
oh, these were so, I was
Not a
not
nice girl.
60
I've
years.
never
You
seen
sing in the
her.
choir?
Wrong.
You sing in the choir? No?
I don't
We'll be here
really
next
have
week.
a good
We'll
voice
be
to
singing
sing.
I am Mark.
My voice is not
Oh,
strong.
yeah.
I just don't have
Back
a
in
strong
the-
But
voice.
he and Tyler grew up together all their
Oh,
lives.
that's
He tried very,
He
he
hears
was a
some
nurse.
time when
About a year
Father
she
Barry
retired
is
from
here.
it.
Oh,
And
well, then he's
Hearing him play.
She was one of our
He's
oldest
played
friends.
all of our favorites.
But he and his old wife have been married, not this one, he and his old wife have been married 30 years. Last year, he had been with the TV station in Dallas 30 years, and he retired and went to Salt Lake City.
This song, Good God Means.
What happened, I don't know, she came back here
song,
singing out there,
and
it's
the message of it is so beautiful.
And you know, he just said that they never had a good marriage, they separated, so this is his new wife.
She's a doll.
Huh?
Cute little doll.
She is cute.
But he is too.
His first wife was, I don't know what happened, she was,
I've never even, when she was,
I'll show you a picture, maybe you can use it.
I just, at that time, that I did that, I didn't know this, and I
Because
was
right in front of their place, this place. They don't live in them. But it was all real.
well, Mom will show you how
Really,
really
how
had
long
long
we
to
can kill
be.
myself.
This spring in April, Mama had done 33 years. So it's been a long time since I was at the beach. That was tough.
It's been 33 years?
Uh-huh.
My goodness.
I bet this is priceless to you, isn't it?
You know, I guess then, I was 5 years old when I was in your house.
No, yes,
When your mother died. 'Cause we were here about the time, right before she died.
This that old wife, can't you see her?
I'll be darned. Look at that.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I use all the time, and I had written in
Well, he
there
went,
today.
he met her, he went, when he
Recently,
went to Dallas, he
reason
went
I
to
remember
California to train and met her.
That's the other one.
He gave the
And
day,
he just married, jumping place wrong,
day,
and
Yeah.
How old was your mother when
well,
you
I
were
liked her,
born?
but she was just,
Says this was at your house.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Those flowers on the
oh, that's a good picture of it.
Yes.
Mike, do you know how old that Mama was when we were born?
No. I could figure it up to at home. The babe has all those things down somewhere there, because she kept things down that we don't keep down. We were in Oklahoma, let's see. You know about how old she was when the baby was born, and count back, because you know she was. I don't. Bill, you want to see these?
How old was Babe when she died?
She was 70. Let me see.
Boy, it wants to go.
I recognize all three of those.
That's what I thought, I know, when you came up, I was hunting some more pictures, I didn't find them.
It's such a good picture of Grandma. What is that on? I mean, is that a special day? She's got flowers, corsages.
Oh, that was probably Mother's Day.
Age 82, she's 8 more now right now. Mother's Day, 1981, Bellmere, Florida.
Yeah, don't you remember I told you, listen to this. I told Jenny that Mama, we gave the oldest mother a corsage,
Yes?
and there's 3 corsages on her, and I had given her one, and my youngest daughter always gives her one, then we give one at church for the oldest mother. So I presented them and I
That's
said,
such a good picture.
I said, Mama, since you've already got 2 corsages, wouldn't you like to give this to someone else? And she said no. Right out in front of the whole
Did
church.
y'all take his picture on
No,
my camera?
nobody took a sign of a picture.
Well, I want you to
We're
give
going
it.
to, I've got a whole bunch.
But you see, she's got 3 corsages and she
But I
wouldn't give
want
her
to
one
get
of
some
the church.
of Maureen in here too.
I want him by himself.
Okay.
I want him by
Let me
himself.
get
Or
you-
even if you two
I'll
want
get
to.
you a good one.
No,
I want to show people.
Oh, those are so good.
I want to show people.
I remember your,
Yeah, I
your
know.
Ford Torino there.
yeah, I had that Ford, yeah.
Oh, that's what I was doing. You came up out there, how many of those?
She wants one by herself, by yourself, so just.
So
Well,
get,
she, come here, you
somewhere.
take it with us. I
You
don't
don't
mind
waste
being
your
taken
time
with
by
I
us.
thought you
yourself.
wanted
We
by
won't
yourself.
waste the film. I don't mind being.
Yeah, well, I'll give you one by
And she's
yourself,
holding this
because you
because
asked.
she's pregnant.
yeah, he'll like it.
Okay,
too.
now,
I think he'll
okay, say, cheese.
Cheese.
like it.
She wants one by herself though, and.
Oh, she said
Well,
she didn't
yourself.
mind.
Well, that's all right. That's
Sit
all
over there in that chair, Bill.
That's
Get
all
that
right. We might
picture
find
of
out.
you.
Because how many more do we have on there? I don't have too many.
Here,
I said 12.
uh,
I'd already taken one. How many would we take?
Here's what I want you to do. Get up here and show your physique
My
in front
my
of this
roll.
fireplace.
Show my
Well, I
roll.
take my purse
Wait a minute, let me
out.
get that.
Oh, that purse is fine. Don't
Oh,
worry
no,
She
about
wants
that.
to show you to her friends.
Get this over there. I got to show him. Show him what a good looking.
He's a hump. I think that's what the
Show
girls
show
call it.
show my rolls.
Cheese. You ought to see him at that
What did we
store.
say, 38?
Young, isn't it?
It
38.
looks like I have something wrong with my camera always, but it doesn't.
Is that your camera, mine?
This is mine.
Well, I was going to put it on mine. If you want to keep that one, if you don't, I'll keep it.
This is mine.
I didn't know to do pretty well anyway.
As far as I can.
I need the trampoline.
That'll work
This is
out.
so old. Oh, my goodness.
Mine are too.
Well, they're so old that I was wondering today if I had this same thing on. We took pictures last year. I don't believe it was. But it's so old, it's the trash giveaway.
You wanna walk around the
See, when
block?
I went to Marvin, I had so many.
Only with you,
Well, let's go.
because I'd be afraid to walk around the block.
Well, let's go. I'll go around with you.
No, I don't have, I keep my clothes forever. I wash them carefully.
I've got 3 closets so cold, and they're all old, anointed. You see, back then, I was working in the store, I get things half price.
Down Friendship Lane, and somebody loves you. It's got all these books around it.
Especially placed.
Jenny gives me a lot of lousy things.
I like people to give me things, I like them too.
Well, that's only because I can't wear them.
And I'm tickled when usually when she buys a dress, I'm happy because I know she ain't gonna like it long. I get it.
Picture Clive, I have one purse, this is my old purse I carry to work, I have one purse I have some.
Did we bring our suitcase in?
I can.
Oh, I just had some pictures in there.
Well, we'll have to have it tonight.
I'm gonna have a picture in here.
I wonder which room she wants us in, you know?
Tonight? I imagine in the front room, you know, I don't know.
She's
Don't matter,
don't
just
she?
Huh?
She,
Oh, I
told
thought
you
she slept out there.
Oh, she's in the back. Oh, Bill just found another in my back bedroom a while ago. It's so big. Well, I guess this is not the one I have pictures in. No. There. Thought I had pictures.
I'm so
right
bad,
here.
I don't care if pictures on my wall.
Yeah, well, I have another one I keep in my other purse. It's just got pictures in it that I didn't bring in this purse. This is an old purse I take to work and store it in the floor and everything, and I don't take it anywhere else.
I try to keep them with my grandchildren, especially.
I'm real bad about not carrying pictures.
People always have pictures of grandchildren.
I'm gonna make a gallery with all the pictures you're sending me now of the grandchildren.
But really, I didn't bring a lot of pictures over here because I intend for y'all to be over at my house.
Oh, well.
So I just didn't write them over here. This is my mom thing. I said, lady, I don't want to open the door, I just pin up into this. Well,
I'm glad you got them though.
they've
That's
got
good.
it, they've got mine so close that you don't hardly have time to open the door and it makes them nervous. They've got it
have a minute to do it, and I have to do it.
My friend is the same way. Just set it near the floor bill, and I think she'll wear it.
Everywhere we go, it looks like we're gonna stay a month.
I know it.
I know when we were alive, it didn't take too much.
We scare people to
You
death.
never know where you're going and what you're gonna be
I went to
wearing.
Indiana one time on the plane. Of course, you can just take so much on the plane, but that's some of my stuff I never did wear while I was there.
I do that every time.
Never did wear it.
Woo! They set it down there and leave it open for us. Why are you getting something out of it?
No, I totally don't. I thought maybe you all might still not read it. I don't know.
Well, if you want us to, we certainly will. I think it's only be fair that we share our time.
Kind of take time back, sure. I'll be there all my pictures
She
now.
wants us to stay one night with her.
Oh, sure.
Whatever. Whatever.
Girls' pictures. I'll try in here somewhere.
Oh,
We got our, our bag packed for 2 nights.
And all these chairs in here. I do too.
I love her office furniture.
I
Let's
love
look
Maureen's
at
big
that one.
house. It's just so comfortable.
You know what it's like I remember years ago? Just as thick and span, you can eat on the floors.
Yeah.
Any floor. How does she do it? How does she keep it up?
Well, I tell you, it keeps the shit out of both of you. It keeps a big house and a big yard. It keeps you, and
I wish I had the money not to live in no big house.
I'm telling you, it's
My
a job.
house ain't
It keeps you
big.
busy.
Well, mine's too big for me.
My house is not
Maureen
big.
says she began to we get a lot more tired than we used to, I'll tell you, till you grow older. And there's something to do all the time. Big yard's what works you to death. I'll tell you. Lost the church, it didn't. First somewhere.
You're like me, you've got so many compartments.
Oh, I studied a lot of stuff in here while ago, and I still know everything. I said, this is the old purse, I'll take the work, throw it under the bed, and hide it out there.
It's like that old white one I carry. I just
She's got her security in her purse.
Mm-hmm.
He saw me put it in there.
Oh,
Well, they were supposed to come out, I told them to come out yesterday before I started having company. It went off in the night last week, and that's not funny. And he said, a new part's gonna have to be replaced. Now, go ahead and put it on. I hadn't put it on the daytime, but I put it on at night. But, he said, it'll be all right now, but he was supposed to come out yesterday, he didn't come. And I've had it for 3 or 4 years, but I didn't think it's time for anything to wear it out yet. Maureen did wired, and mine's battery. See, we've got pictures in there.
You got all kinds of
Gosh, my God, put these in there to show somebody else, I guess.
and this is.
It's a church picture we always have. Well, here's my pictures I was, when Bill came, I was just tearing on the drawer trying to find these pictures that I took last year of my azaleas.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Don. He don't look like he changed too much.
That's Jimmy.
That's Jimmy.
I mean Jimmy.
No,
Oh, huh?
Jimmy, that's Jimmy.
That's what I said, Jim, her husband.
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
This was taken last year. during-
I don't remember what her son even looks like. Is that him over there?
Yeah, he figures it's dead, yeah.
Who's
Ooh,
that?
aren't those azaleas?
That's just a neighbor of Babe's. That's my house, Babe's house there. This was a little neighbor lived next door, and she still lives there. These were taken last year, now this is more.
That's pretty.
Last year they got up so tall and they were just, that's too dark to see. Little boy took them for me. That's across the street. That's in and around that other thing. This is Maureen's granddaughter right here. See, that's Linda, Jimmy Don's daughter, husband, and little son.
Oh, that's nice.
He sure is nice.
Oh,
person.
you-
That's him. I might have 2 of those, baby. I don't know what Maureen wants or not. I've got 2 of those pictures.
Oh, your Z's just
Aren't they
gorgeous.
beautiful?
Oh, and this down here around, that,
Who's this?
that's, the next door neighbor, lives
Oh.
next door. The baby, she was just crazy about she and her husband, they have a little girl. And about a year after baby she died, they separated.
Oh.
I came in one day from work, he was out there, and I said, well, where's Cheryl? She's not coming home, so she's like, what? I prayed until last year, they'd go back together, and I finally quit praying. She just wanted to work, he wanted to stay at home, take care of the little girl, most women have been glad to.
Take them back,
She
take them.
wanted to work, but neither one of them, they're both still single, they friends, they get along, he come and gets the little girl and all that. I said, why in the world she wouldn't rather have him, he was worked on the place all the time, it was so nice. I guess you don't ever know anybody till you live with them, but still. This is a girl I keep sometimes. Says, thank you for sending me a birthday card to me for my birthday. I wish you lived. I wish you would live forever. I hope your wishes come true, love.
Aw.
She's 7 years old.
How cute.
After she leaves, I find notes all over the place where I love you, Miss Holly. You're good, Miss Holly.
Good picture.
Oh,
Oh,
that is good.
Isn't that a good
pictures in my rolls.
That's good.
Turned out real good.
Yeah. They can sure was crazy about y'all. Oh, I've got things all over the place with
Yeah,
they were just like their kids.
they loved, these are my, I didn't bring them.
Let me see.
Some of my
Get these
grandkids.
girls.
Oh, I got some if you have them.
I haven't got Kelly and David at all.
Give me my purse, I got my billfold in there with me.
That's yours or mine? It's mine. We'll see what's in there. That's my picture. That's my picture. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a mess. My camera will go back in there when that box when we got through with it.
That's my Linda, that's a couple of years old, a year old anyway.
That's pretty.
She hates to have her picture made.
That's real.
She's such a
That's
pretty
her
girl.
husband.
She's beautiful.
He's thrown his toupee away, he had a toupee, and he looked a lot younger, but he's about.
He got tired of his
Yeah, he said it's hot, and he just didn't like it, said it's not me.
Well, that's all
And they
right.
had a girl in the middle, woman that
I
nobody
believe
knew.
in a
so-
person going the way they want to.
I do too. And he's the
And
minister
I
of
want-
our Baptist church.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
Well, she's his right hand. He couldn't make it without her.
Let me see.
Okay, that's my youngest daughter just remarried 2 years ago.
Isn't she?
Her
She
childhood
looks like a movie star.
She
Gorgeous.
does.
Lord, mercy.
to her, that's he's a deputy sheriff, and they were high school childhood sweethearts, and she got married first, and he then married, but he never stopped loving her. They had their families and each got divorced, and they got back together. And they are so happy.
Well, that's
You
good.
just can't believe
Should have
it.
been together in the beginning, I guess.
That's she, and it's her daughter. And she got married, this June will be 2 years.
That looks like our wedding bill that we spelled. They've got all of
You-
you proof
you-
up the back.
Do you believe her mother made that one? And the girl, the woman in the bridal shop asked her if she'd be interested in her taking orders for them. She made that thing, it's so gorgeous down the back, and this is my little great-granddaughter. That's Linda's son's baby, and that's his
I'll tell you,
adopted
these little
son.
boys come in there to get their tuxedos, some of them just 2 years old.
But he's adopted, but we try to treat him just like he's our own, you know.
I'll tell you, I get to be stick. Let me tell y'all what I'll tell the brides. Sure, it's good.
Her mother, and she made her bouquet.
They'll come in there and I'll be picking them and I'll say, I don't know what they'll be talking about. I say, well, I got married at 8 o'clock in the morning in the church. 8 o'clock in the morning? Clark said, why so early? I said, because we had to go to Dallas that day. It was a long way that day. Now you did 2.5 hours. I said, well, we had to go all the way to Dallas. And I said, it's a long way that day. But now they go to Hawaii and everything. They just cackle out, you know. But the reason we had it so early was because we wanted before church and stuff. So we just wanted to, I think we both worked the day before, and we just wanted to get on the way. But it rained. It hadn't rained that year until the 18th day of May. It hadn't rained all spring, and it started raining. I'm telling you, they had to pull us with a team of mules 3 or 4 places between Clarksville and Dallas. They didn't have the interstate like they do now. And then we came back and it turned cold and rained another drop all summer.
That's the joy of my life. That's that little girl.
She says that about every one of her grandchildren
Yeah,
from
That's
time
my
to time.
great-grand.
Isn't that precious? Where'd you get all those feathers? We used to have some.
Now Walmart.
Well, we used to have these in the store to sell. We
Yeah.
don't have them anymore.
No, Walmart made
If they
that.
wanted a lightweight wrap, they put something around the shoulders.
Now, he's the joy of her life, too.
Oh, this little fella.
He's the joy of
He
mine,
is,
too.
Absolutely. John said that's the
He's
only
so
little boy.
pretty.
That's my
You
great-grandson.
have a lot of joys, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And John, Jenny's husband, said that's the only little boy I ever saw I'd like to take home with me.
He's the smartest little thing I believe I ever
Well,
saw.
I like girls, but I'm partial to boys because I had a boy. I guess.
Yeah, that is the two. That's her and her brother, the boy, the adopted little boy. And that is my son-in-law, and he had to escort Ollie North all
She
around.
did something with Tom or something. Yes, I don't know. Is that her table?
Sitting at the table by herself, looking in her phone.
That's Ollie North, and my son-in-law had to escort him. He's a deputy, so he knows how much I like Ollie North.
Well, I do too.
I do too.
So he got that. and
always
I
have
got another one I couldn't find, just of Ollie, and it said, "Hi, Graham."
I like him, I tell you, I've been for him all along.
Did you ever see any of those old boys?
Oh, I think I have. I done that with natural. Oh, goodness. It's surly.
This one's Owen,
Yeah.
that one's Romy, and that one's Buford.
I think they all kind of look alike,
They
but
do.
but Romy.
Now Buford today looks exactly like my dad.
They do look, yeah,
Gosh, when he came walking out the
I know
door,
it, you can't believe it, you just,
they do look.
He was
Please
like
don't
grandpa
show that
walking out
one
there.
why?
with the placket down. I
Oh.
did that
I'll
on
be the
purpose.
first one I
I
showed.
sent that
They
on
took my
purpose,
breath
see, I
away.
put
I know it.
Well, I didn't know, but yeah, I didn't know I had
When we
this one.
went, we were on our way to Yellowstone, and we went by there, and he was nowhere around, and he come walking around the house with his overalls in his hands and his bib, and I just bust out crying. He looked, that's
Oh,
just like it, that
you
he
took
looked
my
so
breath
much
away.
like Daddy.
Is that a little organ I'm putting on?
Yeah,
That's
John's
her
got an
John.
organ. I mean, that's John's
That
organ.
looks kinda like Herbert too, you know.
Yeah.
See right there?
He loved Daddy, I'll tell you that. He thought he looked like a Chucky
Oh,
Colonel.
sweet.
You see him go 5, 4, 3.
I don't know why you're showing those.
Well, I just think they're so pretty. That's her flowers, and I think they're so pretty.
I'm saving here some oranges, and I'm trying to see what. Yeah, there. Those flowers are over.
That's that thing John made in the back. Because I don't have enough room, so.
I should have moved the box there.
He should have moved it. I should have moved that.
We went down to Timberlake's Harvard the other day, and they had got 10 little boxes sitting among there. Laurie said, well, I'd kind of like to have one of those little boxes just to put things in. We asked the price of them on $10 a piece. They looked like they'd been out in the woods for years.
Oh, my
And so
gosh.
we asked them, so they go to our church, we asked Doris, said, well, why in the world are those boxes so high? Maureen said, I wouldn't mind giving $2 or $3 for one. And it looked like they'd been molded and wet and everything. She said because the way they're made, they go in like this, you know. The boxes nowadays are not made like that. You know, when the boxes used to fit in like that. Well, God, y'all don't know what they
Funny
did.
blue.
Well, I bet they didn't
We
sell them.
should, we probably had some in
I
our
bet
house.
they didn't sell them. This is pretty. I bet
That's
they-
our front porch. That's all on our front porch. But I had to take them. And he's planted new trees all along that driveway
I
out
haven't
there.
repotted my flowers. I put them on the back porch, I put them out there on the front porch, and they all need repotted. I haven't repotted yet. Maureen and I said we're getting kind of tired of taking care of all these pot plants. Maureen used to have the prettiest one. She used to have a rose garden in the back, but now it's just too much for one woman.
It is.
Unless you have somebody to help you.
Oh, I don't have, and I don't.
And this little boy, he used to come and help us much when he wasn't working for downtown. But he got a job. Why, in the wintertime, by the time he'd get on, it'd be getting dark. He just barely get to our house in time to do something, rake or something. And the reason why he got in today is because he's being tired.
Taking back.
Then I called him the other night, and I told Thomas, well, I called and talked to him one time, I know he's got to have a nervous breakdown. He just goes all night and day all the time, never does rest. He came to my house to work at 6 o'clock one night. I didn't even look for him last week. And I thought it's too late to mow, but you set out some grass, and grass died on the front yard this year. And so he worked about 8:30 because it was light, and then he almost wanted, we were just wanted to feed him. So I took him in, fixed him peanut butter sandwich and all. He left about 9 o'clock. And Charlie's wife, she was in choir practice. When I called her, and I don't know why I made him wear off like that. He said, Thomas said I was at your house at 9 o'clock. Mary didn't like it. And she was. I said, Mary, why don't you come? She was at choir practice. Boy, I didn't have it. I'm not going I told him what I thought about him. He slammed up the phone just like that. I just waited a minute and I called him back. He introduced his nice. He told me he isn't that kind of much better. I said, I found out why I'm going, why he was so upset. He wanted Thomas to go back down there and work for him. He wanted to get work till 11 o'clock that night.
Oh.
He wasn't because he was mad at his man. He wanted him right then.
Mm-hmm.
And he went out to do some catering that night, a big party. And when he got through, he wanted Thomas to be right there and die on the spot. He doesn't have it. If we're so glad he works for him because he gives them kids things, he buys Thomas clothes, he's so good to them. but you don't have a minute to call him on.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
You just don't.
You don't have, oh, I wouldn't look for that, and I don't know what wrong with him. Well, he's too high strung and too nervous, and yet he's good as gold in some ways, but he works himself, doesn't work so much else. He said, my mama's mad at me, she lives tired. My lady friend's mad at me, and I said, I'm just worried that all this happened to Thomas, that I like him. And he said, well, they were just like your own little family. He said, I know it. He did so much for Thomas's boys and everything, but he just had a fit.
Well, if he's a good hand at work, I don't know why he has to be so hated.
I think he'll find you.
Thomas needs it, don't he? Oh,
Yes, he
What's
does.
that picture? What, Jimmy, Don was in the...
A&M College.
Finally return this year?
Yes.
Well, is that what you were expecting to get back?
What she got back.
Well, now, I don't know if Jim John does mine, he'll know when I tell him.
Everything's so complicated now.
You don't usually
Not
get
one
one
thing
thing.
to worry
I
about.
have an idea that.
I just got my car fixed
paid, but
when
it
he was
was
ran
quarterly.
into it, and she had to day about driving. I said, yes, I drive it, son. Now we say, can you afford to have to have it? Yes.
So you just need some of it back.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you pay in quarterly, it's just estimate.
Hold on. That you get in before I
I got the whole thing today, because quarterly I
Do
just
that
send
tomorrow.
$200.
My station doesn't have my gas in there anymore. I called around all over town. Last week, I found one place, I don't know if I can wear somewhere.
mhm.
You see, they claim it's on town pollution. Look at the small car down there.
Do you have full service station?
Hmm?
Do you have a full service station where they wait on you?
Oh, yeah.
I have to.
I'm not waiting on myself.
I never had. But I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna have my husband take me down and teach me how.
There's as much as 40 and 50 cents a gallon difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we ought to learn how.
$4 and $5.
I know how, I've done it one time,
I
but
never did,
it's just something that panics me when I think about it.
I
Pumping
always
gas
think
or
I'm
riding
gonna
a
run
riding
it
mower.
over. I'm always thinking I'm gonna run
It
it
shuts
over.
itself off.
Yeah.
I heard of them not shutting off.
I don't know, they used to overflow it on mine a lot of times, and they run over it stink.
And
It seemed like
then you
on a-
pay for it.
On a 10-gallon tank, the difference can be $10 to $15. You know, $5 difference.
Yeah.
I know 10 gallons.
But it really doesn't, there isn't anything to it. It's
No.
so simple.
On my
She
car.
pumps.
Huh?
She pumps.
No. She had to keep on yours, I told her, goodness, no.
I did for a long time.
I didn't know you ever did. Okay, I said, I don't know, she keeps all things from me.
You can, huh?
That's what I was telling Bill, that really, there's not, it is not.
There isn't anything to it, it's just that I just panic.
That's just too much to pay.
Well, I just didn't know that much difference,
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, he said he fills up his tank in his little car that we've been driving for what, $10?
$10 to fill it
Jenny and
up.
I went to my 50th reunion the other night, and we stopped at a station, it was half full, and we thought, well, we don't want to start back to Little Rock less than full. And she charged us $12 and something for half a tank of
But
gas.
I just saw full service and I went in it.
Yeah, and we need to
Wasn't
ask
gonna look.
directions. anyway.
I don't drive much. My husband always drives for me. This is my first time out.
On our own.
And then when we got back from Little Rock, we went at 9:30 at night, we left Little Rock and went back to Hot Springs. We ran into a hailstorm. So I just pulled
Well, I'll
over.
tell you, nowadays, you take your life again every time you get out of the car anyway.
Yeah.
And just maybe, the car came down my street, the other day, just a flying on the wrong side of the street. It just never, he was just going 90 or nothing.
Well, there was one drunk in front of us the other night or something. He was sure weaving all over the road.
And I said, I'm gonna get around him now, and I did, fast, and left him behind. But that's who you have to worry about, is somebody else. You can be driving perfect.
Well, that's what the policeman told me, is to do is drive. He says, no, what you do is what the other fellow does to you. It's like a few years ago, I was coming to work right down here on Hawkins Street. Dropped at a red light, 14 miles, and this old, like I wanted a great big long car, of course, it's big, not mine, the premium kind. She just became as fast, she didn't stop, ran in the back of me, just toward the end of the back of the car. I got out and asked her, I said, what did you mean, why didn't you stop? Can you see the red light? I just wanted to look at him.
Cop
I said, man, I had been driving in here. And the little policeman came or he was, she and her friend were taking a walk, they came on down.
Asking him what
little Ellen, whatever her child's name was.
And the police were over out there,
And I told him, I said, this,
she told me she doesn't
have
care, she
driver's
didn't have a
license.
driver's license, she didn't have a so Maureen, I saw it.
Something else. And I said, the car is
Maureen
not
said,
doesn't
you
belong
mean
to
to
her.
tell me that you're not
He
going to
said,
give her a
well,
ticket? And she doesn't know whose car she drives, it was us, she
But
got
he
us
said,
jail,
well,
they stole the car.
she had a lot of trouble.
He said,
there.
well, I just feel
What
so
can
sorry.
that have anything to do with the rules?
Said she's having such a hard time.
So it-
Maureen said,
that
my
just
sister's
said
had a
I
hard
don't
time,
know.
but she said about you in
Was
with
it
this
black
car,
car?
so I've done another case.
No, it's white man.
Was it a white?
Come to find
Right.
out, I made my
No,
insurance man
black
mad.
man.
Come to find out, this won't be long.
That was
She's saying that, ain't no one got a policeman for you.
Isn't that like you?
Brother,
That's silly.
my insurance man did this arrest, he went
They
down
over
for
put it on his car
And
out
then he
here.
found out this old one, he was, he found out, he went to Dallas, he found out she was driving home in his car, and he had insurance, she had
Police said, Mr. Calvin.
Policemen don't have any business taking
Well,
license.
that kind of man didn't have this, you know.
He wasn't speeding.
Well, there's a lot of them that don't
But now,
have any business
I
being.
still feel like when I go to red light,
In
I'm
the
all
right
right,
lane, he said,
I can't really go to the
It just
just
faltered.
But one she had got mountain line traffic with all it was just like this, and that would kill me.
Wrong lane.
At home, you have to be so careful when a policeman stops you, if he's really a policeman, or if he's a crook.
That's right.
First,
It's just something now,
supposed to be Florida.
they'll come up to your door and act like a policeman sometimes.
But,
you know.
and he still hasn't,
But I ride with
over
him
2
a lot.
years, he hasn't
Since
gotten a dollar out of
that
that.
happened,
Oh,
you
my.
lost me, it's so hectic.
He started.
I said, I never would come back down at night anymore, because they never had
Wrong side of Robin,
And I've
they
done it
were
for
doing
years, I've
work
worked out there for 16 years, never had mine in the building.
But
I'd rather this ain't a little heavy car, but
only this way.
still, we were just,
Illegal.
all the cars that stopped on this side, we
It was just two lanes.
easing out
And it was left in,
come on.
that,
Somebody
on
on
the
the red light.
line, you see.
Went around all those cars, around the red light, and just
So,
missed
but
us.
he just went around there.
And she jerked her,
And he pulled back into it,
Did you
like
see
he just
it?
made traffic, but
Yeah.
a man with that construction work there that was
I used to
operating.
love to drive up and
He
drive.
called it
I'll
a
tell you where I
backhoe.
Yes.
Piece of machine.
Anywhere you go.
But it's, he had to
Wall
get
to
away
wall
from
cars.
him. And
I go down
Bumping
to
up on
church, I go down, down here,
and
I got in, then I go around to Sandy, but when it comes to getting out, I stay around and get more stuff.
started in, and then
My car, but my car's so small, they
just
just
sliced
like
down like slicing a loaf of bread. You got a blade.
Once we had a Chevrolet, we drove a Chevrolet, Europe type everything. When he went to Europe to study, he drove Volkswagen, we all liked us over, and he when he came back, he told me today, and I said, oh, you have Volkswagen, he was going to Dallas for
Might be alive,
New York
probably.
City, got his
The
doctorate.
last meeting that they had with the attorney.
He bought one, he came back for New York City, and he just loved
Jimmy
it.
Don started telling
And
us.
he went to Indiana
Let me tell you what
While he was there, they lived off the side.
this report said. And
On Christmas, he came home.
he said, yes, lady, that
To see his car.
the
I'm
police
gonna keep it
said,
this I'm so tired, Dr. Shields telling me,
we don't want to hear what.
I'm gonna get killed out on the highway in this Volkswagen.
I was Jimmy Don, I had always
So
thought
shit,
that
I've been there since.
the police would use some respect and that if they're working out worthwhile, why would we pay them salary?
That's exactly right.
I wouldn't go at night, I used to go
That's
north,
exactly
I
right.
don't
But
say if you want a better place, you
just
can't
think that way about it, just do
Let's
disregard
see
what
somebody
police
whining around and
said.
you know,
But that's the first thing
where
you
it's
do.
going away,
You
right?
have
I turn
to
around.
call the police.
That's right.
They can't be the judge.
All the streets are
What
I don't even know how to get back to Hot Springs and then have to figure it out.
They were not giving any consideration to this police report.
He didn't know how to get here.
Well,
Well, he didn't know which
People-
different.
People will be coming in from, we have more customers from Nashville, Hot Springs, Little Rock, we have customers
down in
all over Arkansas and
wandering in Fort.
Oklahoma. I don't know if we do that, but we're going out of
This
it.
woman's written up.
Somebody called me on the phone Saturday and said,
But I don't know.
I want to come to Bridal Castle. I know it's on your boss road, but how do you get there? I said, well, where are you?
Yeah.
Well, they're way out here somewhere.
We settled
I
to
heard
play
somewhere.
Probably.
I said, get on state line.
Takes a while.
He's going to.
It's state line. Well,
I said, get on state line.
That's a
And
long
I said,
time.
come down.
Well,
How
yes,
far
he
you gonna
turned
get
over
to state
the
line?
train
Because that's
over a
a,
year ago.
that's an on-ramp,
It's
isn't
right
it?
over there.
It's an on-ramp to go back to Hot Springs, isn't
That's
it?
right.
Yes, he
Hot
didn't know.
Springs, I mean,
I was trying to shoot down from the other city.
This is
I
odd.
told him, I said, oh, you could
Next
make
street is
friends
Haynesville.
because he's a Christian. Next street is State Ranch. Raymond has told me, he said that
And there's an on-ramp
to
to Hot
having all
Springs.
this trouble is because of having two people. Just, we've been dealing with one person.
We couldn't figure out if it was the state line or that
Some
other.
people, he said, they'll
Some
summer
of
beach.
And there's some of them.
Oh, Summerhill, way out
Oh, I see that.
So he thought it was the state
He
line.
wouldn't have had this trouble with just
Now, Bronda's
one
coming tomorrow, and
person
she won't.
involved.
She'll know.
But you can, if you get on state line, when I tell people coming downtown, you get on state line, you can bring y'all on the other street, and you can find your way. I don't know why you get all the Summerhill, it's just way over.
Posse come in on it. So we passed state line.
The man operating that machine,
You come down with the state line, you go around.
Yes, I
Yes.
Oh, he thought it
But
was.
anyway, I tell people, I said, get on state line, I said, you come down to about a
we know that
certain
that
block.
was a
Because this is
hospital
14th Street.
and there,
I said,
insurance.
come down
cover.
14th Street, choice place,
They
well,
should
how
have
they
all
been,
streets.
that's right, I mean, down there.
Delivery.
I said, then it will take you right into Texas
Do that
Avenue.
good job down there.
And that makes you go,
Really,
you want to
that, that's, but they knew that was right. After that, from that day on.
Some of them out there are, but I didn't know this state, I don't say line at
2
times.
blocks. 3
Lady out of
blocks.
Nashville wanting a pair of white shoes,
Got
and
busy.
she wanted to know if we had them, I said,
They
yes, we have them.
have off-street.
And when she came, she wanted to die the next day, but she said, I don't like to have them all. I said, I don't know, it's something wrong with it.
That could end up costing you.
But
Every progress we
they
sell,
took
they
away
got
Jimmy
their
Don's
shoes messed.
transportation. He did his work.
I just know Saturdays now, I promise you, one week I worked 3 days.
So, of course, if he had to go over it, he just started.
I had regular
there
days,
first, he
maybe I
just
still
tell them that they,
She got sick.
they had
I had
punished
to
him
go.
hard, because he had health
I
costs
had
at
to,
work.
I just,
Well, if he didn't do that,
number of months,
he used his
and they had to hire
daughter's
somebody to
car
go
and paid her.
I just had to take it
But,
out. Well, then when
so
I
when
went
they
back
don't,
to work, the other lady,
that is
they hired on
much
those
that
days.
he's using
Do
good
operations too. So
We
she's
we
not
know
doing
now,
much, well, you operations.
anything ever happens in
I told her, I said, I would pick up.
Really? that'd be the responsibility.
I do yard work, I used to
Price
know
your
have
car.
to do. They like it
Price
because they
of
so,
cost every day.
they like it.
It's expensive.
She goes so. But all they, we have these beaded dresses, and
I
they're
was
things to
so
take
glad
it up
that
and
these
there.
lights
Secret.
I couldn't worry.
That's the main thing.
Then now they expect you
Because
to.
the only
We
thing they
sell
say
for $700 steeping gown for
If they
pads,
just didn't quite reach. Anything on that other side,
Right.
see, if I had been with him, or if your girl had been with him, it
I
was
wouldn't touch any
too.
satin beaded thing.
They sit back there and just really look at him, she just sits back there and never gets up, just
Not
knows.
really.
She knows just what to do.
Well, they like stuff
Oh,
when I was in Belk.
It was bad.
I was tired, I
It
come home and I
was.
had to keep that house, keep that car, like there was those girls down there, run home, and just hot, they bring up their wrist wearing those things. So they like it, sure, but I don't like
So
stuff.
I don't, any arguments about
My
that,
mother used to tell us that
the adjusters
she
are
sure
always
is hard, but
this,
I don't have anything to wear.
but his,
She had on,
insurance,
she
she
made all her trouble.
and just as
Two
first,
pieces, they just don't see what I had on, had some
they
extra.
said,
That's what Jenny and I was talking the other day, Mama didn't have money for patterns and things, but she'd go down and look at the dresses.
Mama could stand outside of the window and see, she made our spring coats for graduation. She could see the things in the window.
It's a
She'd take
beautiful
her
day, isn't it?
newspaper, draw on the pattern.
Yeah. Mama too, we was talking about that the other day.
I was voted the neatest girl in class on feet sack,
And I was, in ninth grade, I was voted the best dressed girl in junior
on
high school.
hand-me-downs.
And that was Aunt Beulah and Aunt Bonnie worked, you know, and they'd send Mama their old dresses and she'd remake them. I remember
Miss
one
Beulah's
time,
still in Houston.
yeah, but was in a car accident.
Mama made my
a couple,
patterns
3
up.
months ago. And
Make,
she said she knew better to
room
ride
stick
that old
skirts,
one when she's
just
riding.
by,
She's
you know.
going to a garden party. and She was sitting in the back seat. And she went out in front of somebody and broadsided them. And she was in intensive care for quite a while
I
and
never got
ruptured
talented
her
on
liver.
anything.
I mean, her
I used to
kidneys.
have her.
yes, you did.
I worked, you know, from 13 years on.
You did a nice job,
I
you
don't
were.
know.
Yeah.
But I used to get a little.
Yes, I did.